Hello and welcome to my inner space. We're going to be doing a 30-minute yin practice today, so if you have a bolster with you or any sort of a cushion that you could use to sort of support yourself in different positions, you'll want to grab that now, set it up next to you. We're going to start in our cross-legged seats. So when you sit with your hands on your knees, you can just straighten up your arms a bit, push your chest back away and move your shoulders up and down. And as you're moving your shoulders up and down now, forget about what you're doing with your arms. Move your elbows back and forth. We want to feel our shoulders go up, back, and down so that we can leave them there without too much struggle. And when they're there, it's the shoulder blades that kind of squeeze together at the spine a bit so that even now as you start to go forward and back, you can keep your chest nice and open. We're not going to stay like this forever. We take a moment just to establish this one positioning. Shoulder blades together at the spine while the chest goes forward and back. And you'll start to notice all this pressure that you're applying into the hip creases. Harder and easier. So what we do is we exhale forward and inhale back. Exhale forward and inhale back. While you start to relax your shoulders now. Let them just rest. You're focused on your hips, not on your shoulders at this point. So if you need to relax your neck a little bit, you can move your chin left and right. That feels good for the neck. If you need to relax your shoulders still, let them drop down and away, you can do that now. It's forward and back, and then you start to do your left and right. Left and right is with your shoulders. Left and right, forward and back without too much consideration. And so you're not doing a pattern, you're not necessarily trying to make circles, even if you end up doing so. You're just going to move your body forward and back, left and right, over your cross-legged seat. We're going to use all of this movement to help us differentiate the element of the yin practice that we're going into from what you're normally used to. We're going to be holding poses for about 5 minutes. And while we hold those poses, it's very easy for the mind to start to feel like it's getting stuck. And the mind does not like to get stuck. And so therefore, I want you to take this time here in the warm-up to really start to teach your mind how to find that sense of freedom. We're going to take the hands about chest height now and continue our movement left and right, forward and back. Reach the arms up in the air. Big breath, inhale. Hands behind the back of the head, left and right, forward, back. Now let's take hands behind the back. Interlace your fingers. And you don't have to make a big deal out of this shape, just up and down, left and right, until you find the place that's in the center where you feel like you could come up, take a big inhale, feel proud of your shape, and then just stay there. And if you're really trying, that's great. Have fun trying. If you're just soft and easy, hands behind you, that's good too. You're not here with me to stretch. You're not here with me to learn specific poses. You're here with me to develop a mindset, to access a state of mind in which you don't normally access. And we're going to use the physical movement of the body in order to do so. Now, hands in front. We're going to separate the heels as wide as they go on the mat. You can sit back on your hands to help you make this shape. And if you like to use that bolster or cushion, whatever you've got at home, you place it right in front of you so that your hands can go on it. With your long legs, you can choose if you want to take hands back behind you, lift your hips up and scooch them forward and back until you feel like you are as big as you can be. Essential part of the yin practice is that we find the edge of our comfort zone, the edge of our ability. So with your long legs now, we just continue what we've been doing. It's forward and back with the chest. It's left and right with the shoulders so that you can become familiar with your foundation here. You're not trying to do anything particular with your legs. You see how soft and relaxed mine are. The upper body is easy. I can breathe comfortably. I could take my arms up over my head or behind my back. I have freedom of mobility. And because I have freedom of mobility, I'm going to choose one spot. I'm going to go there and I'm going to experience what happens there. I tuck the chin down to the chest, round my shoulders away from the spine, squeeze the lower belly, exhale everything out of my lungs and find that place that I can't push past, and I stay right there. And I breathe. And stop focusing on the way the body looks. At this point now, I'd like to encourage you to close your eyes. I'd like to encourage you to tuck your chin down deeper to your chest. If you're looking at me in the video, you'll see that I am not looking back at you. I have my eyes closed. I have my chin tucked. I'm resting my hands on my bolster. There is nothing else that you have to do. You're done it. You're complete. You've won. You're accomplished. The only thing that's left for you to do now is be in this place. Experience everything that comes to you here. Feel your breath pass through your nose. Allow your jaw muscles to release, your lips to soften, your eyebrows to relax. And every time you become aware of some tension in your body, whether it be in the back of the neck or the hands or the shoulders or the belly, wherever it is for you, now that you're aware of it, it's no longer subconscious. You now have the choice to either allow this tension to persist or to find a way to relieve it. And what you have to do is you have to find a way to be creative. Because if you already knew how to release your tension, you'd have done it already and you wouldn't be watching this video right now. You have to find new ways to relieve the tension that you hold. But I'll give you a hint. There are only 6 ways for you to relieve your tension. And they are always the same. We can understand these 6 potential options through the 6 movements that we can take in 3-dimensional space. It's either going to be forward or back, left or right, up or down, that is going to relieve your tension. And you can take those 6 movements in your neck, your shoulders, your jaw, your hands, your belly, your thighs, your toes, wherever you have it. You exhale. Let it out. Because releasing your stress is only half of the work. If you don't let it out of your body, it's just going to find another home in another part of your body. And so in this way, it's as if you are sweeping your floor. You want to be very thoughtful. Maybe you start in the corner, sweep towards the center. Maybe you start at the edge and sweep towards the door. Whichever method you're going to use, you better be certain that you get all the spots, so that when you sweep up all the dust, you can pick it up and be done sweeping. Wouldn't it be terrible for you to sweep your floor, clean up the dust, move on with your day, and then all of a sudden you find, oh, I missed a whole spot. Now I got to go get the broom. I got to go sweep it up again. I got to pick it up and throw it away all over again. And so you do so. And then all of a sudden you find out 30 minutes later you missed another spot. That's not very efficient. you're not going to be very satisfied with yourself in that scenario. Same thing here in our yin practice. We're looking to get into our pose, identify the stress, pressure, and tension, sweep it up, exhale it out, and then enjoy the clean house. Breathe calmly and feel deeply and enjoy your presence. It's just your last breath here in this shape. We'll come up tall. If you've got your bolster in front of you, set it off to your side. Sit back in your hands and very slowly, very gently, there's a lot of pressure to release in the legs. Bring your heels together. Bring your feet flat so that you can bring your knees to touch. Wipe your legs left and right, nice and easy. Exhale downward. Inhale upward. Exhale downward. Inhale upward, and as best you can, you're going to try to keep your knees touching, your thighs touching the entire time. As best you can, you're going to move at your pace of your breath. It might help you to close your eyes so that you're not distracted by my pace and my breath. I promise to tell you when we're moving on to the next thing. In this way now, every breath has a purpose. Every breath has a movement. Every movement has a meaning. Every breath has a meaning. Your movement and your breath are connected. Your mind and your body synchronize. And you feel just a little bit deeper into your body. Now we take this movement and we're going to finish with both of the knees on the right. So the next time you get your knees to the right, I want you to keep them there. Lean over to the right and then take your top left knee and pull it back to the inside of your foot. This is your foundation. We come up nice and tall and you start to lean left and right. You'll notice that when you lean to your right, this is easier. When you lean to your left, this is harder. And as you lean left and right, you'll take your sternum and bring it forward and back. You'll take your chin, lift it up and down, because somewhere in the mixture of the up, down, forward, back, left, and right movements is the one spot that you're going to find where you could sit still, exhale deeply, and not hate the feeling that you're having in your hip. You feel like you're getting a deep stretch, you're at the edge of your comfort zone, you're regulating the stress response that you're having, you like the way it feels even though it's uncomfortable. You can bear it. It doesn't bother you. You intuitively understand that what you're experiencing is a benefit to you, even though it's hard. This is the yin practice. Now we're staying right here for the next 4 minutes or so, so I'll encourage you to close your eyes. There's nothing that you could learn by looking at me. I want you to look inwards and feel deeper into your body. We'll begin with the loudest part, the left hip, obviously. If you are incapable of taking a bigger, deeper breath and relieving the stress that sits in your solar plexus region, your upper belly, then it probably means that you're sitting a little bit too deep into your hip. So I'll encourage you to just take it easy, make a little subtle adjustment. It could be that you spend the rest of this time with me in this pose doing a little rocking sensation left and right like you're on a boat. left and right, nice and easy, kind of increasing, decreasing pressure. It could be that you're sitting still. So if you're sitting still, great. If you need to rock, wonderful. Neither one is better than the other. It's just what you need for yourself in this moment, and that's all. You're not supposed to be doing something. You are simply observing the way that it feels. This is the manifestation of your decision making, the end result of your alignment that you've chosen for yourself. And if at any point you decide that the way that you feel is no longer satisfactory, the adjustment that you make is somewhere in the up, down, left, right, forward, back movement. Once you feel better, stop adjusting and exhale deeply. Wow. To be present. You'll understand now that we are initiating a sense of connection and contact with this yin energy. And the yin energy is naturally foreign to us a bit. It's supposed to be. In this way, we can just use a synonym for yin energy and call it the Tao. If you're familiar with the Taoist practice, Tao teachings, there's this teaching that says, if you know, you don't teach. And if you teach, you don't know. You're not capable of truly knowing the yin energy. You can't own it. You cannot possess it. It is not yours to utilize. You are not capable of manipulating it for your own benefit. Because as soon as you do, you corrupt it. And then it is no longer yin. Now it is yang. Yin can only be free. Yin can only flow. I'll describe it with this analogy of wanting to harness the energy of a river. A river is a great analogy for the yin energy. And so there is this student who takes a bucket. They walk over to the rivers thinking they're going to grab a bucket full of the river and now own a bucket full of the river. So they scoop it up, they take that bucket full of the river back to their camp, and they tell everybody, look, I have the river in my bucket. But they do not. They just have a bucket full of water. That water is still. That still water is going to accumulate dirt. It is going to attract bugs. And over time it will grow bacteria, fester. It is not the river. It is just the bucket of water. What we're looking to do is not take a bucket full of water, but instead sit down next to the river and listen to it flowing, because it feels good in the moment. And as soon as it's time to move on with the day, we pick up, move on with the day, and long for the next time that we can get to sit next to the river and listen to it. Let's come out of this pose. Lean over to your right, take the weight off your left hip, let the left leg out. Shake it loose. Let both legs long. Shake both of them loose. You can sit back in your hands and push your chest and stretch your shoulders and roll your neck around and exhale deeply to let go of all the stress that you've accumulated. Bigger, deeper breath now as you shake out the legs. Let it go. Release the pressure. It's in the past. It's gone. Right now you feel relief. Let's bring the soles of our feet to touch. This is our bound angle pose. The heels touch, the soles of the feet touch, the toes touch. And if you like, you can take your bolster. You can set it up in front of you. Give yourself a little space. We are going to be folding forward, so if you like this, it works. You can also choose to kind of rest your chin on it. There are many ways to be in this shape. You don't need to use any props. It's forward and back. It's left and right. It's up and down. Until you feel like you have collected enough information through your movement that you have decided where's the edge of your comfort zone. What's the best that you can do? Now exhale deeply. Go there now. Exhale. And then stop moving. Is this sustainable for the next 5 minutes? Because if so, bravo, good job. If not, no big deal. Just make the little adjustment. Up and down, left and right, back and forth. Until your breath is clear, your jaw is relaxed, your neck is released, your chin is tucked, your shoulders are round, your belly is soft. Check in on your arms. Sometimes we get stuck in this pulling sensation of having to pull. Let go of that. I'll encourage you to even turn the palms up to the ceiling and stop grabbing your feet. It could be that you're going to utilize the rocking motion. Remember, you're allowed to move forward and back here. I want you to release any resistance that you have in your inner groin. And I want to remind you that you are not here right now to get a stretch. You're going to get a stretch. That's not why you're here. That's the side effect. You are here to tap into a different state of mind. One in which you are no longer trying. The yin energy does not try. The yin energy is. The yin energy has nothing to prove. The yin energy contains all things. In this way, I'd like you to understand this very core, basic yoga philosophical understanding. The entire premise of the yoga teaching rests on the idea that yourself can be discerned, defined, through 3 aspects. There's the body, the mind, and the energetic consciousness. The body we know, the mind we understand, the energetic consciousness we believe. We don't know. We don't understand. We feel it. We all know that we have energy, but not all of us agree on what that energy is. Bigger, deeper breath now. I'd like to describe for you in this context that the body is neutral. The mind is yang. And the consciousness is yin. Your yin energy is your true nature. You in your core. You are the consciousness. You are the energy. You are being refined and concentrated through the mind. And you are manifested as a physical body. You are within the physical body, but not contained by it. You are not limited by the boundaries of your skin, but you are connected to it. Within you contains all potential things, all desires, all ideas, all potentials, past, present, future, all of it is within you. But as you focus into the mind, you are converted into a yang aspect, where you now start to try. You're now focused and concentrated. You now have an objective, a goal. Things start to become dualistic in nature. There is up, down, left, right, back and forth. There is right and wrong. The key here is to use your intelligence to discern this duality. In this way, I'll describe that your intelligence is not part of the mind. It is not part of the yang energy. Your intelligence is the aspect of your consciousness which meets the mind. It is the point of connection. It is the leading edge, the space between your yin and the yang, the meeting point. You must use your intelligence to see through the illusion of duality. And remember that within you are all things. Last breath here. We're going to inhale, come up. Bring your hands back behind you. Bring your knees to touch, and let's start wiping the legs again. Exhale deeply as you drop down. Inhale up. Exhale down. You're doing your best to keep your knees together while you exhale down and inhale up. You're doing your best to slow your movement to match your breath while you exhale down and inhale up. One more like this. And then we're going to finish with both of our knees to the left. So that when both of our knees go to the left, it is your top right knee that comes back to the inside of your left foot. This is your shape. Now take a moment to adjust yourself. Forward, back, left, right, up and down. You remember what to do. Bigger, deeper breath now. Roll your shoulders back. Shake out the neck. Exhale out all the stress that sits in your belly. We can use the right shoulder to relate to the right hip because your hips and shoulders mirror each other. So as the right shoulder sinks, so does the hip. As your right shoulder lifts, so does the hip. So you're going to place your right shoulder in space until you are satisfied with the feeling that you get in your hip. Remember, you're on the leading edge, the edge of your comfort zone. It's as uncomfortable as you can possibly bear before you have to start to fight back against it. You're not looking to display all of your strength, just enough where you feel like you are satisfied. It's this edge of the comfort zone that allows you to see through the illusion of duality. Because you intuitively understand now that practicing at this pace, with this mindset, on a daily basis, you will see exponential growth in your flexibility, in your clarity of mind, with your ability to process stress, pressure, and tension in the present moment. And you will never have to sweat. You're never going to have to flex a single muscle. You're never going to have to really try at all. All of your trying is going to be simply getting on your mat and sitting with yourself. Once you're in the pose, the only adjustments that you make are ones to feel better. Every adjustment you make is always somewhere in the forward, back, left, right, up, and down parameters. You never have to push to the extreme. You never have to display how strong you are, because you understand this is the long game. You're looking for endurance. And this is our final pose that we're going to stretch in. And after we finish this one, we'll take a moment in Shavasana to rest the body. So from here on out, I want you to start to develop a relationship with your breath. Because this relationship that you take with your breath, this is what's going to allow you to continue hanging on to this yin mindset while you proceed with your day. So that doing a yoga practice with me for 30 minutes is not the only time that you get to practice feeling better. Now, the sound that you make with your breath rests on 3 places in your body. Your nostrils, they open and close. The soft palate, where the nose meets the throat, it opens and closes. And the bottom of your throat, it opens and closes. Starting from the bottom of the throat, you can find that you can hum. In order to hum, you're going to have to close that spot a little bit as you exhale. Now, if you open it all the way, you won't be able to hum. So you're looking for just the right amount of open and close here in the base of the throat, where you can hum to a level that nobody else can hear but you can. It's your little secret. It takes a little practice, a lot of fine tuning. It's audible to your inner hearing. You're going to do the same thing with your soft palate now. I'll offer you this practice where you keep your lips together, but separate your teeth a bit and inhale. Notice how the mouth gets big. Notice how easy it is to feel the airflow through the soft palate. Now, if you put your tongue on the roof of the mouth and you try to exhale while you push out the soft palate, you'll notice how hard it is. Somewhere in between these extremes is just the right amount where you can hear the sound of your breath passing through your soft palate. It takes some fine tuning. It takes a little practice. Lastly, you're going to focus on your nostrils. The air that comes in, the air that goes out. It's as if you're learning to play a musical instrument. I want you to practice making the sound with your breath so that you can hear it, but nobody else can. And as you listen to the sound of the breath, I want you to enjoy it. I want you to like the sound that you're making. I want you to keep finding new ways to like it even more, so that you want to listen to the sound of your breath, so that you are interested in fine-tuning this breathing practice. Because when you learn to connect and listen to the sound of your breath, you'll be doing the entire yoga practice all at once. Mind, body, consciousness, all of it, all together in one practice. Last breath here with the hip. You lean over to the left, let your legs out long, sit back in your hands, shake them loose. Exhale deeply. Bigger, deeper breath now. Shake out the back of the neck. If you've got some stress in your shoulders, move. If it's in your neck, roll it. If it's in the legs, bend them, straighten them. Be persistent. Do something to feel better now. Let it go. Remember, it's got to come out of the body. It's not enough to sweep the floor. You got to pick up the dirt. Get it out. Nice and easy. Lower yourself down to your back. From this point on, there is nothing left to see in the video. Feel free to close your eyes and lay down on your back. If you are looking at the video, you'll notice that I am also laying on my back. I'd like you to think about extending your heels away from your hips, long legs, and then allow your toes to splay outwards to the sides so that you can relax your legs and soften up your hips. Now, use your elbows, pick your shoulders up a bit, and reset them left and right until you feel like you have your shoulders in alignment with your hips, that your spine is nice and straight. You'll pick up the back of the head and reset the back of the head to align with your shoulders to help your spine get nice and straight. You can choose to rest your hands on your body or off to the side. You can choose to turn your palms upwards or downwards based on how is best for you. I want you to use a series of exhales. One is not enough. Let all of the stress out of your body. I want you to find a sense of balance between the left and right side of your body. When your body feels balanced, your mind will be balanced. When you no longer feel the need to make adjustments with your pose, you come back to the sound of your breath. I'm going to leave you here in silence for a few minutes, and I'd like you to practice listening to the sound of your breath. I will come back to you before this video is over. You have no need to check on the video or to look at the screen. I promise to come back. Stay with your breath. You'll use bigger, deeper breaths now. Start to fill your body up again. Wiggle your fingers and toes a bit. Move your hands and feet a bit. Maybe you like to stretch the arms up in the air or over your head. Maybe pointing the toes feels good. You take this time to move your body with your big, deep breath and just feel everything. Without any rush, you're going to begin to transition yourself back up into your cross-legged seat. In this place, you'll find your center by going a little bit forward, back, left, and right. In that center, you lift the chin up taller, pull the shoulders back deeper, exhale completely, and then soften the body. Now sit with this spot. Reconnect with the sound of your breath. And throughout your day, when you find yourself disconnected or overwhelmed by stress, pressure, and tension, remind yourself your reconnection point is first and foremost with your breath. The more time that you spend listening to your breath, the deeper relationship you will have with it. The better relationship you have with it, the quicker and more available it will be to you. The less time that you're going to have to spend looking for relief. Thank you very much for joining me today in Yin Yoga. Look forward to seeing you again.